How's it going, guys? We got a fun one for you today. Something a little different than normal. Normally I do completely stock machines for the walkthrough on Fridays. This time we're going to do this Xpedition. Let me show you it. All right, guys, this thing is quite a bit bigger, if you can't tell, than a stock Xpedition. Normally they come with a lot smaller tires. This one's on 35s with Valor wheels to start out with. I really dig these Valor wheels, and I think they look really good, especially with these motor crushers on them. I think it's a really good combination. Now, how did we fit these 35s on this Xpedition? We have Thumper Fabs long travel kit on it. Very good looking kit. I like their boxed ends. Everything looks really beefy and fits together really nice. Now, it does still use the factory Fox shocks, so you're not having to spend extra money to buy shocks on top of it. It does still increase the travel. You're a little over 16 inches of travel front and back on this thing now, which is a pretty good improvement. Width wise, you gain about 7 inches of width on this thing, so it is quite a bit wider than factory. For that reason, we did put extended fender flares on this as well. And then we have Polaris mirrors, Thumper Fabs rock sliders, Thumper Fabs top rack there with a rough country light bar on it. Just a clean, kind of simple build. It is a pretty cool unit. Now, for factory Polaris stuff, we're gonna jump into this real quick on the factory side of things. These do come factory with this front bumper and the winch on the front, which is a 4,500 pound synthetic rope winch. I love that Polaris throws that in there. It is nice to have. You have your LED lights with your accent light up on the top. A lot of people say, hey, what's this plug for? Not what you think it would be for. It's actually a charging port. So you pop that open, you plug your battery tender into it. You don't have to run leads to a battery. It's already built into the unit, which is really slick on these things. And I really like that Polaris is starting to add that on all their machines. Coming around to the back, you do have a 2-inch receiver on the back. I do have this thing running. Might as well utilize the heat because why not? It's a little cool out today. Not as cold as it would be if I was in Wisconsin still. All right, let's go to where everybody really cares about on this thing, and that's the interior. So I don't have the heat going yet because the unit's still cold, so I was letting it warm up a little bit. It is 38 degrees out. It's a little cold. Hopefully you can hear me okay and it's not echoing too much in here. You got your normal Polaris display here, which is going to have a bunch of different settings on it. If you hit this button, it's going to go through your top from your digital speed, RPM, engine temp, and back to speed. Your up and down buttons are both going to operate this one, which will go, come on, focus. You got RPM, miles per hour, odometer. If you want to reset your trip, you just hold button down, and it'll reset itself. Same with the second one there. Battery voltage, and then your engine hours, service hours, all that good stuff. We'll go through back to the temperature here. Your heat and AC controls are going to be down here. That's one thing I really like on Polaris compared to Can-Am. As much as I like Can-Am, this is one place that Polaris dominates, is their heat and AC controls are very automotive-like. They give you fan speeds here, they give you temperature control here, and then on this model you can change where you want your heat coming out like a car. I really like this setup. It's super easy to use. You can be running down the trail and you know what dial you're grabbing. You're not guessing. You don't have to sit there and look at it. You know what you're doing. Windshield wiper controls are going to be down here. You got your one-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive. And then on this one, you have your sport, standard, comfort. What that is more so your throttle inputs. So sport's going to be a lot more sensitive on the throttle. It's going to give you a faster throttle response. Standard's going to be a little calmer. Comfort's going to be even calmer, so it's going to be less jerky. So if you're trying to putt around the yard and stuff like that, comfort's really nice for that because you're not jumpy at all. It's really smooth. Window controls, that's one thing that's a little goofy. Window controls are down here, so you got your driver's side window, passenger side window. I would like to see them on the door personally, but not a horrible spot there. You have your nice ride command screen. If anybody's ever, or any of you guys have Polarises right now with the ride command screen, there's a lot to it. I'm not going to go through detail through it because there is a lot to it. It's kind of one of those things where you got to kind of play with it and learn as you use it. Right now we're on our gauge setting. If we were to go here, this was what would pull up your maps. If we were in an area where there's ATV trails, map, or ATV routes, you name it, Polaris does a really good job updating this so it has everything on there at all times. Awesome thing if you're going to Hatfield, McCoy, or any big trail system like that. The other nice thing on it is you can pair it with other ride commands. So say you got a group of 5 Polarises and you guys all have ride command, you can pair these all in. So say you're in the front of the pack, you get ahead and you're like, well, hopefully my buddies are okay and they pick the right trail. You can pop them up and you can be like, oh, John's over here, he got on the wrong trail, let's go find him, or call him and try and get a hold of him. That is a pretty slick setup that not a lot of people realize that you can do, but it is a really unique feature and nice to do. Come here, it's gonna pull up your phone. So just like a car, you can have your phone attached so you can play your music through your phone. This one's gonna be your main home screen and go through all your settings, stuff like that. This is a check-in with the ride command, stuff like that. Really cool stuff. Radio, just like a car, radio settings, and then your volume buttons. And that really wraps it up. These things are a lot simpler than most people think. They do have tweeters up top while we're talking about sound. You got speakers here, and then you got a subwoofer down here on this model as well. So they do set them up pretty good sound-wise. I'm not going to play music because of copyright reasons. Hope you understand. But the heat is one of the nicest things in this thing, and the long travel is really nice on this thing. I will show you that in a minute. We'll go find a rock or two to climb over. One other thing while I'm in here real quick. So we'll pull up this menu. You got cameras. You can pull up your camera right there, or you can switch to your front camera. I really like both these options. If you're coming up a hill and you have no one spotting you, can not that you can see great, but get an idea if there's anything big right in front of you, at least. But that pretty much does it. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this or any other units. I'm going to keep doing this. I put up a poll the other day, as some of you guys may have seen, and let you guys vote on what machine you wanted to see the walkthrough. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to pick 2 machines and let you guys pick between the 2 machines and what we're going to do for a walkthrough. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of the Xpedition on long travel. Let me know if you want to see more of the custom builds versus just the stock units, or if there is anything you guys want to see on a walkthrough video, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.